Hello everyone, welcome to the Cyber Security Practical Series. In today's session, we will study how to prepare a bug bounty report. So, the software which I am using for this is Windows 11 as the host OS. Then we have the virtual software because I am using Kali virtual machine. So we need this software VMware Workstation Pro. Then attacker machine is Kali and the target machine is Metasploitable. So to write the report, we need to find the vulnerabilities, and this Metasploitable is a vulnerable machine. So we'll perform the various vulnerable assessment. So the main objective, of course, the main aim is to write a professional security report. But before writing the report, we must find the vulnerabilities and classify according to the severity. So the first step we will perform is perform the vulnerability assessment and then do the validation of the findings. Then we understand the severity levels and then what what business impact will have for those attacks, and then finally writing the professional security report. Now we'll see what levels we will be exploring. The first is the medium severity level. We will exploit the anonymous FTP on Metasploitable through Kali. So we'll see that we can get any unauthorized access without valid credentials. And then what the risk in this is a risk of information disclosure and reconnaissance. So if anybody can log into FTP using anonymous login, then that attacker can get the information, go through the information gathering. Of course, this attack has limited impact because we won't find any administrative privileges. Now, next severity we'll explore is default Tomcat manager credentials. So the severity is high because in this case we get the administrative access to the web server. Now, because of this, the attacker has the ability to deploy, stop, or remove web applications. And of course, it will have severe impact on business operations. Then finally, we'll explore the critical severity of Metasploitable. So here we see we get unauthenticated access to the root bind shell. So we can have a remote root access without any authentication. So this causes the complete system compromise, and the attacker can have full control over the target machine. So this is the third severity level. Then finally, we'll see how to make the report. So professional vulnerability assessment report. We'll see the findings, the medium finding, the high finding, and critical finding, and then finally we'll have the description, the evidences, and the business impact and the recommendation. So this will be doing. Now let us start the Kali machine as well as the Metasploitable, and we see the various levels. So I'll just turn on this VMware Workstation Pro. So and then power on the Kali machine as well as the Metasploitable, both. So the username in my case is Ismail, and Kali is the password. I'll just log in. So now we log in Metasploitable. Login is MSF admin, and password is also MSF admin. You won't be able to see this. I'm typing it. It won't appear in the screen. So I just enter. So now we are into the command prompt, we can say. So now I will type the command ifconfig to know the IP address of this Metasploitable. So as we can see, this is the IP address 192.168.78.129. So we'll do the same command in Kali also to ensure that both these machines are in the same network. So I'll turn to Kali and open a terminal. And here ifconfig. So this is the IP address 192.168.78.130. So these three 192.168.7 both are common, so they are in the same network. So now Uh, One more command we'll do here before starting with the assessment. So I'll just type the command ping to know whether I'm able to reach from Kali to the metasploitable 168.78.129. So as we can see, the ping is successful. So I just Control C. So now we can go for the vulnerability assessment. Now the next command we'll be doing is nmap svv. We did this command in practical number 1 for vulnerability assessment, but here we are finding the vulnerabilities and then we find the level and then prepare the report. So the command we type is nmap sv 192.168.78.129. So this will tell us how many services and how many ports are open and how many services are running at the metasploitable. So we get the output from the nmap command. So here we have these ports which are open. So starting from 21 slash TCP to finally we have 8180 TCP. And these are the services FTP, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, and so on. Now, there are so many services running. We can't go on exploring each and every one. We'll go for three. The first one is FTP, and the level would be, of course, medium. The second would be the Tomcat, Apache Tomcat server. So that would be the second one. And then the third one would be the metasploitable root shell, the Severity. So let us start with the FTP first. So I just cleared the screen. Okay, now let us log in for the FTP. So type the command FTP and 192.168.78.129. So it's asking for the name. I will type anonymous. Password also anonymous. So as we can see, we got into the, so login is successful. Okay, so we are into the FTP. So this is the what the point is, that FTP is vulnerable. The level is, the severity is medium, because here no authentication was required. I just log in with anonymous. So this can cause information disclosure, and can also act as a reconnaissance, as the information gathering for the attacker. But it may have a limited impact. Let us see if I type the command pwd print working directory. So I am getting this root directory. Then if I type the command ls, so it's not giving much information. So what here we see is this particular attack has a limited impact, because we don't have any admin privilege, we don't have any exe command, and we can't even modify the operating system, and we can't even obtain any root access. So of course we logged into the FTP. If we go more, we can explore something more, but it is not much severe. Neither it is very difficult. So this is actually a medium level. Okay. Now let us go to the second level. So we just quit from this for the next part. Now next we will explore the Apache Tomcat. So it is a open source Java web server and servlet container that hosts and runs Java-based web applications. So it actually provides an environment for deploying, managing, and executing dynamic web applications. So I'll just open the browser. And here, as we got from that Nmap, that this Apache Tomcat is running on port number 8180. So I'll just type the IP address of the Metasploit 192.168.78.129 and then colon. So I will type the port number 8180. So here we are, as we can see, we are into the Apache Tomcat web server. Now We will access the Tomcat manager interface and verify whether it is protected by secure credentials or it is vulnerable to default username and password. So as we can see on this left side, the Tomcat manager. So it's asking for username. Let me take it as Tomcat, and password also Tomcat. Just sign in. Yes, I am able to log in. So as we can see, in this case, that because it hosts and runs various Java-based web applications, we can add the applications, we can delete some applications. So this is a severity is high in this case, but it is not critical. Not critical because here we only have access on this Tomcat Apache Tomcat application, not the entire system. So here as we can see, we can start, stop, reload, undeploy. So all these various applications. So now let us go to the next part. Now we go to the last part. So here in this case, we will see the critical vulnerability. So in this case, we will explore the bind shell. So what is a bind shell? A bind shell is a service that listens on a network port and provides command line access to remote systems. Now to give access to remote systems, they are generally protected. But in this case, let us see if that is available. So to access the bind shell, the command is nc netcat. This nc command is used to establish the connection. So I want to establish the connection with this 192.168.78.129, and the port number which is running this is 1524. So space 1524. So as we can see, we are getting the access to the root. So this successful connection directly provides a root shell. So here we can see the attacker can get a complete administrative control over the target system. Now what attacker can do? Attacker can actually execute various commands. Let us see the commands like who am I? So I'm the root, yes, and then I can even type the command ID. So we are shown what are the IDs, and we can also have this uname space -a. This shows the Linux, the server which is running the operating system which is running on metasploitable. So we even get this, and we can even type the command pwd. So there's a root directory. So this is the severity. The level is severe because here we get the access to the root, okay, as compared to the previous levels. So that's all for this session. I will also prepare the report, and I have the PDF in case if you want the PDF of this practical, because the main thing is the report. So you just give me the your email address in the comment section. I will send you. Thanks for watching.